Here's an easy technical chart pattern for you. Hi, it's Charlie giving you today's video. So this chart pattern, it's a bog standard technical analysis pattern. The thing is, right now, this pattern there is showing on a couple of markets out there. So let's start off with what the pattern is itself. The pattern itself is what in pure technical analysis terms is a symmetrical triangle. So price makes a high and makes some lows to some degree or another in order to obviously create a downward sloping trend line from above and an upward sloping trend line from below. It doesn't have to wind itself all the way into the very tip of a given triangle. You just end up essentially with a downward sloping trend line and upwards of similar angle. Okay, that's why it's a symmetrical triangle here. So that's all we're talking about here is symmetrical triangles. Now the way that we look to trade these is whatever way it breaks. So let's assume it breaks to the upside back here. Doesn't have, like I said, doesn't have to come all the way into the tip. So let's say it breaks up here. The way to trade them really is to obviously use a wide enough stop loss. So again, sometimes if it was right down here, it's so far away, the risk reward might not be so good, but it might still be okay, because certainly you can just use an average true range, but certainly somewhere you're going to need to give it a bit of room because it might play around that area before it properly goes. But nevertheless, the risk reward opportunity is quite good because you essentially take the back end of the triangle to measure. That's your projection for the take profit. So if we break out wherever it is over here, so let's say, what's this on this chart? 64.70. Okay, so let's say it broke out at 64.70 to the upside. You measure that. So looking at, let's call it 65 down to 64.20. So that would give an 80 pips target on top of 64.70. So therefore I'm looking at a target right up here, which is just off screen. So relative to, even if I have a stop loss down here, then the risk reward is good. Okay, so that's the simplicity of a symmetrical triangle pattern. Now you've got to go and find them, and they're not there all of the time. So, but you can trade them on 5-minute charts to 4-hour charts to daily charts to monthly charts. So the patterns are the same wherever you go. It's just the time frame. Obviously, the bigger the time frame that you go, the longer the likelihood is that it's going to take to play out of something like that. So let's actually find some live examples, so to speak, live right now. So in fact, I'm going to go to the and the other thing is with a symmetrical triangle, before I actually do that, is that very often what's very common with these sorts of traditional patterns is false breakouts, false moves, and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't matter. They're only going to be right half the time, and so you do get false breaks where it breaks in one direction, that ends up becoming a false move, it gets slammed, and then actually comes to the downside, or vice versa, going the other way. So don't try and worry about false breaks or whatever, just accept that it's only going to be right half the time, but the risk reward is good. So if you took 10 trades like this with these projections, if you're only right 40% of the time, then with the sort of risk reward profile, then the winners are more than going to pay for the losers. And think about it in that terms rather than trying to be right. So, okay, so let's now come through some examples. Actually, I'm going to go to the euro because there's actually been one on the euro just recently here. Let's just get rid of this. So just hide that. So hopefully I've got a load of trend lines on here, so you have to ignore some of them. This is on a weekly time frame. Can you see this? So we've got this. There's a trend line there and here as well. So we had a symmetrical triangle here on the weekly chart, which actually is quite a nice example because we can see that it actually had a breakout here, so it had a breakout, but it ultimately ended up being a false break because it didn't continue. So I can put an F there. So it was an FB, a false breakout. But again, I get questions from people saying, "Oh, how can you tell whether? How can I try and identify whether something's going to be a false break or not?" You can try, of course, and there are certain things you can use, but there's no guarantees of anything. Even there could be some signs suggesting that this could be a false breakout, and there might have been some at that point. But overall, you don't want to try and overthink it, and I think that so many traders overthink patterns or whatever, and they're trying not to get caught out rather than just accept you're going to be right, half the time on these things. But they're good, and when they play out, they more than make up for the ones that don't. So anyway, so it had a false break to the upside, but as you can see, it's broken to the downside as well. So we can take a relatively conservative, what you would normally do is, like I said, take the back. Actually, I should take it from here. So you measure from the back end of the triangle here, from the top there, around about 112 to the low of the trend line here, which comes in around about 104. So about 800 pips. You would then apply that to where it broke out around about 107. Take 800 pips from that, actually gives you what, 95, which is back down, fun enough, at those 2022 lows. That's how that pattern, it's not a guarantee that it's going to play out, because like I said, about 40 to 50% probability on these patterns. It's just a pattern, but that's their sort of win rate. But when they do pay out, the risk reward is very good. So if you can imagine, what we just did, we just took there down to here. So that's the 800 pips, as I said. If you'd have been trading this around here, you'd have had a stop loss, I guess, somewhere probably in the middle here. In technicals, yeah, you could say, well, put a stop at the high here, but that's so far away, there's no point. So let's say it's about midway here. That's about right. So you can see that your risk to reward is very good. So whatever it might be, 3 or 4 are. So that's an example there on the euro. In fact, if I come out to the monthly chart of the Australian dollar, you can see that we've got a symmetrical triangle at the moment on the Aussie, which is just starting to break out to the downside. So it's sort of live, as I've said, at the moment. But again, this is a monthly time frame. Most traders aren't interested in trading off of this sort of time frame, because you can take the back end here, whether you take it from there or even from this low and then measure it right up. It gives a huge, ridiculously huge in many regards, projection as far as you measure all of that, and and that would give you a projection. But let's just pretend this is a 4-hour chart. That's okay. That's much more reasonable for most people. You would have that same projection down to here, which comes off the screen somewhere. And that would be how you would go about trading a symmetrical triangle. So you don't need to be looking at these on monthly charts. It just so happens that there's a couple of examples there on some of these bigger time frames on some of these currencies right now. I think there's one actually on the New Zealand dollar as well here. As you can see, it's long-term trend line. If I go all the way back to the downside, plus this long-term trend line to the upside gives a there we go. A triangle pattern overall, which it could be continuing to wind itself up within, of course, or is it about to break at the moment because it's right on the lower reaches of that. But again, there's such big, on a monthly chart, there's such big picture patterns. For most people, that's not really of any use to them, because they're not going to want to hold on to sit on a trade for multiple months to trade a pattern such as that. But the point is, symmetrical triangles, do have a look at them. Keep your eye out for them. See if you can back test, because you can go back over charts, start drawing them on from where they've happened previously, and start logging them and back testing them, and maybe even put your own rules around them. I've just given you traditional rules around how you project them as far as targets and stuff are concerned, but you may say actually this could work quite nicely on the sort of time frames that you want to trade on. So there you go, a simple chart pattern there, give you something to consider here this week.